Why now? Because you approached me.
I just appeared and went, you want to be a part of this project?
Yeah, because I thought if I'm not going to do it,
Yeah.
I'm never going to do it, and I need to.
Hello, Harry here. To support this podcast, you can purchase any of the high-quality Jog On running kit from thisisjogon.com. Thank you for watching and listening. I'm Harry Morgan, and this is Jog On. Beginning running from nothing in adulthood is no easy task. And when I was thinking about ideas for future Jog On videos, I decided that I would like to document the process of taking someone who does not run to their first ever 5K. After much searching through many potential candidates, one person rose above all others as the best fit for this project.
I mean, I watch your videos and afterwards I'm like, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, but it just doesn't ever actually happen.
I approached her with the idea of taking her through a 4-week program.
I like the idea of running out in a forest, in nature, and just clearing my head a bit.
Meeting 12 times over this period to run and film specific sessions and build her up to being fit enough mentally and physically to run 5,000 metres by the end.
I'm excited about it.
Fortunately, she agreed. Excitingly, we will be releasing a 6-week version of the programme that she follows, and this will be available on the Jog On website. thisisjogon.com. So do have a look if you or a friend are interested in getting to your first 5K. The videos documenting the trials and tribulations of this endeavour will be on the YouTube channel, Jog On with Harry Morgan. So head there to follow this story. Her name is Anne-Marie, often referred to as Amy, and the following conversation was filmed just a few days into the project. So please, welcome to Jog On, Anne-Marie Rhodes. Amy, we're sat here on the precipice of this 4-week project. Precipice is probably a scary word. Maybe I shouldn't use that in front of you. The chasm, the fear, the death. And this challenge is to take you from basically no running at all to your first 5K, which will take the form of a park run we're going to attend on a Saturday morning and take you to that. So I've got a few questions for you about your background, about how you're feeling about this project. But to establish, first of all, at the moment, it's pretty much fair to say that you don't run. It's something that you just don't do. Going right back, was school the last time you really were running at all?
Yeah, pretty much. So I did cross country and I did track in school, and since then, I just stopped. Sports days always made me nervous as well, so I was quite reluctant.
And is that partly from it's not so cool to do sport? Is it peer pressure from other girls? Is it like a self-confidence thing? Or is it just, general, like the fear of, wow, this is a lot at school to be?
I think it was self-conscious. I was very self-conscious at school. I wanted to be that person who could run and, everyone would cheer on sports day. But I was very much hiding behind my hair at school. So.
And then you leave school and you go to university.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of dipping into fitness at university, any kind of gym sessions or anything like that?
Yeah. So I went to the gym with my friend every so often because we got a free pass because of the campus.
Yeah.
And I was into that because I was going with a friend, I think. I think that really helped. And then we were on different courses though, so we weren't always with each other all the time. And I think, again, that dropped off. And then after uni, it just didn't happen.
I think going with your friend is a little bit revealing as well, because one of the things I've noticed so far is that, and from conversations with you, is that part of the motivation or things that helps you to get out there and do it is to have that companionship, bit of company, other people around, and there's that strong social element. And what's quite hard, a lot of people, I would say, do this incorrectly, which is they come into running and they decide, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get fit and then I'll join a club, and they try and run for a few months by themselves. And that's almost the hardest thing, to just be running solo.
Yeah.
And I think that seems like it's something for you. You almost need to, before you could ever think about doing those solo runs, is first of all to ease you in, is to run around. And maybe that's why this project, running with myself, that's going to make it a little bit easier for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think being accountable, other people being there, and making it fun as well. Like, we've been laughing so far, haven't we?
Yeah.
And, well, I've been trying to laugh and breathe at the same time. Yeah, it makes it so much easier, definitely.
But this hasn't come out of nowhere. I looked at a lot of people who could potentially be part of this project because it was a big thing for us to take on. And one of the reasons you stood out as a real potential candidate is there's an interest there. And there's lots of people who tick the box of, I don't run at all.
Yeah.
But what they don't then come with is this little spark of something. What I was looking for is just that slight feeling that there's an interest there. Something has been said. Well, I'd love to do this, or I could see myself doing this maybe, or a wish is quite a big one. And you've used all those terms.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? What is there deep down that makes you think, I'd like to run?
I don't know. I like the idea of it. I mean, I watch your videos and afterwards I'm like, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, but it just doesn't ever actually happen. I like the idea of running out in a forest, in nature, and just clearing my head a bit and then coming back and feeling really good. It's just the motivation, I think, for me. It just never has actually happened.
You have spoken to me about as well about the fact that it's hard sometimes because getting fitter running requires a patience, and you don't always instantly see a change. You don't run once, run the second time and you're way fitter. It's a process, and that's why we're taking, the large part of a month to do this. Do you think you also never hit that point where you've seen the change for it to motivate you, to get that feedback loop where, oh, I'm fitter, so I want to carry on?
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of people say that to me. You've just got to keep going past that first bit and you'll get there and you'll see a difference and you'll feel a difference and you'll want to continue. But yeah, I think I give up. It's really lazy of me. I just give up before that happens. So I never reach that point.
Do you think the laziness comes through, it's that thing if you get back from work, you teach so after school and it's hard to get yourself back up off the sofa? Is it the comfort of the evening?
Yeah, I think so. So when I was trying to do like workouts at home, I was doing it before work. Getting home and doing something. Yeah, exactly. Once I'm on the sofa, I don't want to get up again. But then I also don't want to get up really early in the morning. So, so what do I do?
There's no perfect time. There's always a grass is always greener thing as a runner as well. You think, oh, if I just didn't have this thing on, I'd be going for a run right now. It's kind of one of those things. But then once you have the free time, you have a whole day free. It's amazing how all of a sudden you don't feel like running when you have the time. I've experienced that many, many times. If we project forwards and I take away all the limitations of fitness and everything, ideally, where do you picture yourself? Can you think where maybe you would like to see yourself? Is it running bigger distances? Maybe entering even like one day a city 10K or a city half marathon? Or is it just a fitness thing? Or is it a motivation you just like to impress parents? Like what do you think is the motivation, and what does that ideal picture look like?
I would like to improve my fitness. Obviously, it is at the bare minimum at the moment, and I would like to improve that. I like the idea of doing a park run every now and again. I mean, I signed up to parkrun last year and that was as far as it got because I liked the idea of it, but I just didn't do anything about it. My parents are always saying, oh, it's really good to get your fitness good early and then continue it through the rest of your life. Yeah, it would be nice. All of those things, all of the above, really.
People watching or listening to this, well, if they're listening, they have no idea, but people watching this and watch the video series will note that you are not an out of shape looking person. You're slim. There's no weight to lose whatsoever. Is there any kind of active consciousness on your part of, do you eat quite clean or anything, or are you just one of those quite lucky people and then it's about building the fitness?
Yeah, I think I probably am just quite lucky, and I hate to say that. I don't want to say that, but I think it's true. I think it's all going to catch up with me at some point, and I'm going to hate myself for how I've been so lazy. But
potentially installing these habits now will mean that were you to get to a later, a few decades from now, and the metabolism slows and the body starts to change, you've developed habits that therefore prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your family and your parents for a moment. It feels to me like you weren't in an environment growing up of like a crazy sporty family who do run and all that sort of thing. Did your parents ever do much in the way of fitness?
Not really. My parents have always walked. They like going for walks, and so I used to go for walks, but that was it really. My brother started running, but after he left home, I didn't really see it, which I think is an important thing. My dad is now running, but that wasn't my childhood. And again, I'm not seeing it, so it's not inspiring me, if you know what I mean.
You referenced your childhood. One of the mad things about your childhood is you went through a window of time in which you had an issue with the back and had to be in quite a significant cast. Can you talk me through what that was, and did that play a part into sort of maybe identifying a little bit as I'm the girl with the back issue, so I can't do this type of thing? Did that play a role?
Definitely, yeah. So I cracked my spine when I was younger because of hypermobility. Just stress fracture over a period of time. So I was in a full body plaster cast in year 6 when I was 11 for 3 months, and it was horrible. It meant that obviously my core muscles were really weak after that. So I was doing physiotherapy to build that up and things. But I always came back to, my back has always hurt me at some point. So whenever I started trying to do any kind of fitness, so when I was going to the gym at uni, there was a period of time where my back was agony and I was going to the doctors again and I had to stop everything, and it just seems to always stop me at some point, and I don't want it to, but I also feel like I use it as a bit of an excuse. Well, if I do that, it will hurt my back, so what's the point?
You're 27 right now, Amy. There's a question that comes to mind of why now, and on top of that, is there any sense of, okay, I'm still young, 80-year-olds are going to look at me and blimey, that's a young person. But you're also 3 years away from approaching that next decade. the 30s, the 40s. You and I had a brief conversation before when we did our first running session, and you mentioned to me about the idea that you fantasize about the idea of having a thing, and that you have a career, relationships, house. There's a lot of things established, but maybe there's just that jigsaw piece of what's my main hobby? What's that thing I do on the side for enjoyment, for fitness, whatever it is? And you've always maybe felt deep down that for some reason there is an interest in running and being fit. And I think part of the reason for that, from having watched you run, is I think there is a natural ability there. You're absolutely not someone who's just like, there's no hope. It's totally not the case. We've seen you run. You're quite light-footed. You have a great build for it. And I think there's a real potential to ramp up. But what is it, being 27 now, that means, yeah, I'm interested in this project? How do you look at the next decade?
I mean, I feel like I've got to build that fitness up now early. Well, not even that early, but start building it up now so that in the future it'll be much easier. And I want to establish those routines so that in the future it'll be easier. Why now? Because you approached me.
I just appeared and went, you want to be a part of this project?
Yeah, because I thought if I'm not going to do it,
yeah,
I'm never going to do it, and I need to. I want to, it's just, I'm just lazy. And I also get really tired, which I know this will help. But starting off, it's difficult to make myself do it when I'm exhausted after work, and I don't want to do it.
I don't know if I can be as bold to say that maybe I've noticed so far in the few sessions we've done a slight glimmer of a sense of accomplishment when we finish.
Yeah.
What are you feeling when we do the runs? What are the positives for you?
So I'm nervous before everyone.
Yeah.
And then we start doing it, and it's not nice, but I am like, I can do this. I'm getting through it. I'm nearly done. And then afterwards, I feel great. I'm excited for the next run. That's what everyone says, but it really is true. I am ready to do the next one. Yeah.
Is there an enjoyment when you're moving, or does it always come once you finish?
I mean, I do enjoy it when we're doing it, because I feel like I am, yeah, it is an accomplishment, and I'm proud of myself that I am doing it and it is happening. Yeah.
But the real enjoyment comes finished,
at the
that
end.
relief.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a rush of endorphins. I mean, it is, you get it. There is a small buzz. And I think one of the positives is that we've seen you finish those runs and you do have a smile on your face and you do have that kind of drop of the shoulders, like relief look. And that's kind of what you're looking for when you're looking for that potential of someone who might take up running as a hobby, part-time, full-time, however serious they want to get with it, whether it's once a week, once a month, 5 times a week, whatever level they want to get to with it. I think you're looking for that spark, not only interest to do it, but then once you've done the activity and you've had a go at it, is there a positive feeling at the end? Because if you just go blur at the end and I hated that and I'm stiff and I'm sore, then that's not so good. Having done a few runs with us now, is there any kind of achy muscles? Is there a drop in energy? What are any sleep disturbance? What are the changes so far? Have you noticed anything?
Sleep has been great. I always sleep well, but I've been sleeping very well. Tired, just a bit tired. I haven't really felt achy.
That's really good.
Like in my legs, because you've asked me before, haven't you, if I felt achy legs? Not really.
That's good.
Just generally maybe a tired body, but not really. Yeah.
And that probably means that we're bringing you in at the right stage.
Yeah.
The training plan that Jog On is bringing out is a 6-week plan. But because of your situation, being younger, being lighter, and also, let's be honest, just our time constraints of being able to keep a project for this long, we shortened it to 4 weeks. So far, that's been handled incredibly well by you. And I do think that we're seeing that bringing you in at the right level, the fact that you're not aching, because some people will run for the first time and then they got what you call DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, and they have a really kind of sore quad or hamstring, even their calves might ache, but that's really good. And that's allowing us to run with you 3 times a week and to ramp you up bit by bit. Let's talk about that final day of the project, what we're building towards, which is to turn up 9 a.m. Saturday at a parkrun, run 5K. Do you think about that at all? Is there a nervousness there? Are you excited to just get to that point?
I'm excited about it. I'm excited to be able to know that I will be able to do it. So obviously we're at the start at the moment and I know that it's going to build it up. But I feel like, when I get to that point, I will be able to do it. Yeah, I'm excited at the moment. I might feel more nervous further down the line.
And possibly standing on the start line, it'll feel...
Yeah.
With me filming you going, how are you feeling, Amy?
Yeah, I won't be talking to you then.
Shut up. So there we go. Does it seem like a mammoth task? At the moment, we're breaking it down. Today, we're about to head out and do your first 5-minute block of continuous running, which will be the longest you've run for, the 5 minutes. When we do the park run, it'll be anywhere from 27 to 33 minutes. We're not quite sure yet where that window. When I say to you 30 minutes of running, does your brain think that's a long time to just be continuously moving forward? Yeah,
it feels longer when we're actually doing the running. So today, when I'll run for 5 minutes, I'll feel like, I can't do 30 minutes right now. But at the moment, I'm like, why can't I? I can do it, surely.
And I hope that one of the effects of this project is to also, people always think about the physical differences. They see the leg toning up, they see their lungs improving, they feel fitter doing the same mile stretch they did before, and they go, well, that was easier than last time, or running up that hill, that wasn't as hard. Even around the house, you just notice fitness improvements. But one of the things that happens as well is the thing you can't see, which is the brain and the mind training, if you like. There's a psychological difference. So my hope is that you'll come out of this also just a bit more confident in your own ability and just thinking, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. So I think there's this element of training you physically, but also I hope that you come away with just a slightly renewed sense of confidence. Even if it's a few percentage, I think that can make a big difference moving forward.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, that is already happening. I am feeling more confident. I am feeling more like I can do it. We've still got a long way to go, haven't we? So
yeah, we do. If you're able to leap forward 5 years in your head, and this is probably one of the hardest questions to answer, is there a part of you that thinks, oh my God, I'd love to run like a big distance one day, or a big city marathon, or even a 10K or half, not even have to jump up something like that? Or is that just such a far away, distant no? I mean, let's just focus on the fitness.
I mean, yeah, that would be an amazing achievement, wouldn't it? I would love to be able to do something like that. I think realistically, I'd just like to get fitter than I am now, and maybe, more toned than I am now, because I might be slim, but it's all
slim but soft.
flabby, yeah.
It's definitely not flabby. There will be people watching you right now going, no. How dare you? Flabby? You should see me. That'll be a soundbite. I'm slim but flabby. We mentioned your parents briefly, and do they have any kind of concept of what you're doing right now over these 4 weeks? Do they know about this project?
Yeah, they both know about it. So my dad is doing Couch to 5K at the moment.
That's amazing.
He understands the process. He knows, he gets it. And
is that coincidence?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
right.
Completely. So my stepmom started running a few months ago, and she's really got into it. And my dad has always been like, no, I'm not going to do that. And she's got him into it, which I am very shocked at. I'm very surprised. But he's enjoying it at the moment. So yeah, he understands the training program. My mum does understand it. I've explained it all to her. I think she'll understand it more when it comes out. She's excited to see it.
For people that don't know, your career, your job is a primary school teacher. That's got to be a huge time commitment. And when you get back in the evening, especially an English winter, you don't feel like getting off the sofa. You're a 27-year-old female. It's dark. There's safety concerns. There's few places to run that have that much lighting. You'd have to start wearing a head torch and stuff. It's going to be cold. That's got to play a factor that means that you're not as keen to go out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would want to listen to my headphones. I would want to listen to music, but I wouldn't want to not be able to hear everything that's going on around me, I think. And I'm just exhausted, especially in the darker months. I just don't want to go out again. So I think, yeah, as you've said before, you would have to establish it beforehand, establish it in the summer in order to make yourself go out.
Sometime back, you actually came and watched myself running a park run. Did you look at that and go, what are they doing? Or did you think, oh, that'd be cool, I'd like to do that sometime?
Yeah, I did. I looked at it and thought, that's really cool. I mean, it was really cold and really wet that day.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, the fact that you did it and afterwards you were smiling and you were like energetic, I thought that would be cool to do. And part of me wanted to do it with you, but I'm so glad I didn't, because I wouldn't have lasted.
Well, Amy, I'm really looking forward to doing this project with you. I think the few runs we've done so far have been amazing, and I think that I'm looking forward to the next 3 weeks and getting you to that parkrun start line and seeing how it goes. And I'm enjoying that you're enjoying it so far, even though, as you say, you turn up nervous. Throughout the run, you get more and more confident, and by the end, there's a relief, there's endorphins, there's a happiness there, and you feel like you've achieved something, which you absolutely have. And I look forward to seeing the progression. It's very exciting for me to take someone who is not running to their first 5K. That's an exciting project for me. There's only so much running I can do where I just go out and just run and go, It's nice to take someone through that journey and see that beginning stage, that kind of entry level into the first run, your first race, etc. So I'm just really looking forward to doing this 4-week project with you, Amy, and seeing how we go at that park run. It's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, I'm nervous, but I am excited as well. Thank you.
We produce podcast episodes and videos to connect people through a love of running and adventure. You can purchase the 5K running program that Amy is following in this project to do yourself, as well as any of our high-quality Jog On running kit from thisisjogon.com. I'm Harry Morgan, and this is Jog On.